Hello everyone, and welcome to the Missouri School Boards Association's Board Report for the month of May. We thank you for the opportunity to share some news and information during a few minutes of your board meeting. We begin with a welcome to newly elected school board members. Congratulations on your election. You are now occupying one of the most important positions a citizen can hold, that of local school board member. You may have noticed there's quite a bit to learn about serving on a school board, and one of the most important things you can do is to complete the required 16 hours of training as soon as you can. MSBA's Associate Executive Director for Education and Training, David Lineberry, says the challenges facing our school districts in the current environment make it critical that new board members complete the training in the near future.
Even before we got to these sort of crisis moments, board members who went through the training universally reported that the best thing a school board member could do would be to get their training and to get it early in their tenure. But the budget decisions we're going to have to make, the staffing decisions we're going to have to make, the program reduction decisions we'll have to make, all of these will be very challenging to board members. They need the most information they can get before they're put in that situation. And more importantly, or as importantly, there are in fact specific laws that govern how these decisions need to be made and which ones of them need to be public and so on. And we really have to arm board members with that knowledge, because it's more important that they cross those T's and dot those I's this year than any other.
MSBA provides the 16 hours of required training numerous times throughout the year. A schedule is posted on the MSBA website along with registration information. The training is free to all newly elected or appointed school board members. MSBA also offers advanced and master's level training for board members wishing to go beyond the required 16 hours. The Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education would be reorganized under a plan included in the state's application for the second round of funding in the federal government's Race to the Top program. Commissioner of Education Dr. Chris Nicastro tells MSBA the plan focuses on how the department delivers services.
One of the things that the department is trying very hard to do is to change from an agency that's focused on compliance and monitoring to one that's focused on support and service. To do that, we think that we need to be redeployed around the state. We have a statewide system of support through our RPDCs, but we believe that perhaps the department itself could have a different picture or a different approach to how we serve school districts. That's a transition that could take a number of years, not something that we know is going to happen quickly, but we're looking at how we can redeploy department services, personnel, other things to be closer to school districts and be able to provide more hands-on support.
Nicastro says some reorganization of the department likely will go forward whether or not the state receives funding through the Race to the Top program. In our interview with her, the commissioner also addressed the difficult budget decisions facing school districts throughout the state. She says it's important for school boards and superintendents to put students first when considering tough issues.
As I talk with superintendents and school board members throughout the state, I emphasize that I think they need to just make decisions with that as the core. There's no question these are really, really difficult times, and people are having to make some very difficult choices. And to the extent that the department can provide support in doing that, we're certainly willing to do that. Sometimes the support we can provide is maybe just to give somebody to blame, and that's okay too. But I think just keeping the children at the center and making those tough decisions, and hopefully understanding that this is temporary. We're hoping in a couple of years that this looks like a bad memory.
The entire interview with the commissioner is posted elsewhere on the MSBA website. Meanwhile, the MSBA Board of Directors has voted to oppose the proposed merger of the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education with the state's Department of Higher Education. MSBA believes the idea needs much more study in order to understand its implications for both K-12 and higher education in the state. Don't forget to mark your calendar now for the MSBA Leadership Summit coming up June 11th and 12th in Columbia. There will be special breakout sessions at the Leadership Summit this year designed for board presidents, board secretaries, and board treasurers. A couple of other events for your calendar. MSBA's Labor Relations Camp is scheduled for July 12th through 14th at the Lake of the Ozarks. And the Missouri Safe Schools and Colleges Conference is set for July 22nd and 23rd also at the Lake of the Ozarks. Details on all events can be found on the MSBA website. That's it for this month's edition of the MSBA Board Report. Thanks for allowing us to have some time at your board meeting, and so long from Columbia.